Hello guys, welcome to the internet. How can you create an application which be usable for searching title, and we can add nodes and we can add so for this purpose we have got this import use memo user ref and user state. We can import these three contexts from React. So right here we just can do this one to create this application. For this we can write down function of this app and capital A and then open the parenthesis right here. Inside this clauses we just can return to the these two titles, the first one about search and the second one about the items. So we can write down return such inside this parenthesis and we can write down this empty fragment. So we can write down open tag and close the tag. Inside this fragment we just can create this search button. For this one we just the first add this title by the name of search title, and the second one is about new items. So we can write down new items like this one. So right here about the in this section search button or search section. So right here we can make this search at the first. We can write down input element like this one and close the tag. Right here inside this input we just can make the search title and the search section. So for this one we can make this element as like this, and right now inside this input element we are going to make a value. So this value should be equal to query. This query like this query. So and the type of this element we can write down type is equal to this attribute. So right here inside this search section, so we'll talk about this one, and right now under this we are going to make a break. For this one we can write down br break, and we can give a distance. For this one we can just write down break element, and under this element we can write down the new item. So for this one we just can write down make a form. For this purpose just write down a form, open the tag and close the tag inside this form. So right here we have got this new item, and we can represent and bring to inside this. So right here we make another this input. So we have got this input element, and we can close this one. We have got this such this input element, and right here inside this element we can write down this context. For example, for this one we can write this component, and this ref is equal to input so we have got this value types should be equal to text. So right here I've got this input and we can add another so right here under this div we can make a button. For this one, can open the tag button and close the tag, can write an add. For this purpose, to add title inside the browser, for right here we can write down type is equal to submit. Search this one. So inside this from element we have got on submit. On submit should be equal to on submit. We can write on const of this item and set items as equal to use stat, and we can leave it this empty. We can make the second const of query. I've got this query right here, and make const of this query. For we can write down query const of this query and set query such this one we should put inside the braces, and then this two queries is equal to use state like this one, and we can add this empty string inside this, and I've got const of ref. We have got the input ref, so input ref is equal to use ref like this one, and empty parentheses. So we have got on submit right here inside this form element. Right, function of ins of this variable, we can write down this event. So after that items dot to lowercase an empty string. An empty can include includes this query and dot to lowercase such this one. So we have got on submit right here. So let's make the const of this on submit, the function of this submit. For this we can write on function of on submit such this one submit, and then event open the braces right here. This event can prevent default. So after that we can leave this parentheses right here. So at this const of this value, I've got this value right here. Const of this value is the const of this value is equal to, can write down right here, dot current value. So if this value is equal to this empty string, so we can return to set item, and then the function of this previous function we can write down like this one. So this one can return to previous function, and the value of this function. So right here we just can write down input ref dot current value is equal to empty string. So h3 element, and we can write an item. So let's make a div for the item. First we can write down inside this, we just can write down filtered item dot map item. So function of this, after that the inside this process we can make a second div right here. So for this one we can write a div element, and inside this process we can write down this component by the items. So we've got this component right here, so we should so we have got this filtered items. We can just write a const of the filtered items is equal to use memo and such a this empty parenthesis, and after that can add this arrow function like this one, and return to these items dot filter, and then we can add this item right here. So after that we can add this arrow function inside this curly braces. We can return to these items. For example, we can write down return items dot to lowercase and then we can add this princess. This one can include this query dot to lowercase. So right here we have got this items and query. So right here we can add this comma, and then inside this we can write down items comma, and then you can add this query like this one. So come here right inside the search button. Right here we can write down on change is equal to event, and then can add this function. After that we can add this set query like this one, and inside this parenthesis we can just add this event dot target dot value so if we refresh the page we can see the change, and we have created this search button and this item section. Right here we should add this application and link this and add closer tag. So have a look right here, we have created this search and new item section. So right here if we write something about, for example, how are you, export this default app like this one. So add this one, and you can write the second title good. So if we search about this, find out this title from among this paragraph, for example, how are you, have a look right here, it just find this title, this words from this new items. So if we're going to make a paragraph and the user can find right here, if we're going to make a paragraph inside this form element, we just kind of a p tag element, and inside right here we can, like, for example, we can make add different types of paragraph. For example, as here, how are you, and we are going to describe and make a book about school and add share it right here, paragraph inside here, and write down for example book, and we are going to describe and make a title about this book right here. Just can search from here. If we refresh the page, you can see the change. We add another title, we can this items right here, we can add different types of items and titles right here, and we can just find out by search inside the browser. The title, we search this one, you can find it at this time, and you can do this one.